Hello, welcome to the July the 20th, week 11 stand-up for Gray Area. As usual, we're going to go around, we're going to say who we are, what we've worked on since we last met, what we're working on today, and if there's any impediments that are going to be in our way. So, Travis, why don't you start us off?
Hey, I'm Travis, game design. I haven't really done much since the last time we've worked, mostly because of the game jam stuff. I will start working on, I guess, more just improving the set design for the level ends, the characters, the cast for the crash site, and anything else that needs to get done for the design work.
We're recording this in the comments, so there may be some background audio at some times.
I'm Frank, game and system design. I've been working on the percentage chance that a character will go from one emotion to another. So that's lots of math. That's what I've been working on.
Charles, the game programmer. Mostly been doing research on AI stuff since Friday. Haven't had a lot of time. Mostly been working on other classes, so this weekend I should be able to knock out a lot more.
Marcos Escobar, design and art. I haven't worked on anything that much this week since I had to learn After Effects for another class. But this week I plan on unwrapping the props that I currently have in my backlog, getting them texture, then starting on the next set of props for Dash.
YD forever. Been working on. I finished the targeting, so now it's just when you press E, the blur block should pop up. That's what I'm spending most of the time on. Nothing really blocking me, just getting it, having it to where the blurred stuff functions as shit. That's about it.
Dash, game designer. What I've been working on is looking at the references of the cast for the crash site, and also looking at how the whole emotion things work based off of Frank's work as well. I've been working on my version of the cast, still in progress, and I am currently grabbing all the files so I can start putting props into the scene for the ranch. So I'll be working on that this weekend, and the only thing that's standing in my way is basically just working on my set project. Gonna start doing that soon.
Hi, Marion, motion capture. Been mainly working on the soldier, trying to get some of his twitchiness off. Having to go back and make his motion work, but for the most part, things are progressing well.
Second world programmer. I haven't done much this week aside from finally figure out what footstep sounds I want to get in for the soldier, make an ambient sound effects mixer so that way you can get howling wind, crickets playing at the same time and they mix well, and a random audio player that plays a certain sound clip a certain number of times every certain number of minutes you set down. Right now it's used to make it so that coyotes randomly howl in the distance. And that's pretty much it.
Chempus project lead. I'll talk about what the folks working here are working on. Kylie is now working on any foliage assets that the ranch is going to need. Take some of the load off of Marco since he's got a lot of props he needs to make. Mari is trying to create a plan for how much time the UI is going to take to make. I'm going to be talking to Austin Harrington today about perhaps another UI artist. Because Mari only has 10 hours a week that she can contribute, and for the level of UI that Doug and Daryl want and the types of functionality they want, it's going to take her a fair bit of time to get that up and running. So we're also going to look into getting the pack that we're kind of basing the functionality and aesthetic of the UI off of. So that way we can save a lot of time and just have that implemented instead of waiting for her to make all fresh assets. Ariana is continuing to work on her hanger with feedback and revisions from Molly. Mari is also helping Kylie out with figuring out how to best handle the unwrapping and texturing of the grass, so that way it'll look a little more natural and fit in with the environment more. I'm not missing anybody, am I? Yes, everybody. And then I'm going to be working on figuring out, well, not so much figuring out, but laying out any of the UI screens that we don't currently have. So it's going to be mainly the influence system and looking at how are we actually going to lay it on the screen, and then create a layout for that, so that way Mari has something to work off of when she gets to that point, as well as looking at the UI pack we're going to be getting, hopefully, and seeing what we're going to have to do to implement a lot of that functionality. What was the other thing? Oh, I'm going to be helping just with some Git repo management stuff today, and we're going to be making kind of a roadmap for, because basically we know everything that needs to get done in this next sprint for the Greenlight celebration, and we're just going to create I'm going to create a roadmap, so that way we know when we're getting certain features finished, when we're merging those in, so that way we're not merging in everything all at once at the end, but stair-stepping it as we go on. And that's pretty much it for the stand-up.